Hi, fifth grade. So today we're going to expand on that chalk experiment that we did last week. If you'll remember, we took a piece of sidewalk chalk and we weighed it, and then we put it in a container with salt, and then we shook it up for 4 minutes. And what we discovered was that it lost a gram of weight, and the chalk or the salt changed color so that it matched the color of the chalk. So today we're going to change one of those variables. And we're only going to change one thing. Remember, a variable is something that changes in an experiment. Either something the scientist changes, or it's something that changes as a result of what the scientist does. So today you're going to get into groups and you are going to choose one of these variables, or your teacher may assign it, and you're going to redo that experiment, but by changing the variable just a little bit, we'll see what happens to that chalk. So you're going to choose only one variable. Then you're going to write your hypothesis, which is your prediction for what you think will happen. Most of the time, this is written as an if-then statement. So if this happens, then something else will happen. If the time is longer, then the chalk will do what? If the time is shorter, if we use rock salt instead of regular salt, if we use water instead of salt. So fill in your hypothesis right here on this worksheet. You may need to just write it off to the side if it doesn't quite fit into the blanks. Okay, how will you know if your hypothesis is correct? What will you notice? What will you see that will show you that your hypothesis is correct? Your before observations go here. How much does your chalk weigh? What is its mass? What does it look like? Is it rough? Is it smooth? What else do you notice about your chalk? Okay. Procedure. These steps are really important. We need to follow basically the same procedure for each experiment so that we know that any changes we see in the chalk are due to the change in the variable and not because we changed something else in how we did it. So we're going to observe the chalk. Then we're going to place the chalk in the container with water, salt, rock salt, and how much. Be very specific. We're going to measure the salt or the water. We're going to shake the chalk and either water or salt for how long? That's what goes in this box, all right? And then when our time is up, we're going to observe the chalk again. Write your after observations here. What does it look like now? How much does it weigh? Okay. The mass and your observations. Was your hypothesis correct? How do you know? Finally, you're going to add a slide to our class Google Slides so that everyone can see how your experiment turned out. You'll include your hypothesis, your procedure, and the outcome. Let me show you what those slides look like. All right. Up here, we have a reminder of what our vocabulary words are. Then we have a sample experiment report, right? This is the sample. So you put names, student, student, and student. Make sure you include everybody's names. Your hypothesis. Our hypothesis was if we changed something, then something different would happen to the chalk. Be very specific about what you changed and what you thought would happen. Procedure, right? Place very much basically off that same page from the other side, okay? And then finally, the result. Okay, our hypothesis was correct or incorrect because, and explain what happened. So you'll notice we have 4 more slides down here, slides 4, 5, 6, and 7. They all have these blanks ready for you. Your teacher will assign you a slide so that your group will have this, so that you're not trying to type over the top of each other on all of these slides, okay? And you're just going to fill out your report real quick on here so that everybody can see what you did and what your results were. I can't wait to see what fun we have with science.